going to be talking about a topic everyone keeps asking about. Anal douching. I thought this would be an important topic to flush out. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that my thought process holds water. Okay, no. I just want...
Shut up!
Just in case you don't know what douching is, it's the process of inserting liquid through your anus into your rectum. The rectum is a big bag at the end of your intestines where poop is stored. Developing this video took a lot of work, so I would really appreciate it if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I post LGBTQ related medical content twice a week, sometimes more. But first, I'm a doctor, but I'm not your doctor, and nothing that I say should be taken as medical advice. So here we go. The first study I looked at was a review paper. They did a YouTube search trying to figure out how people are douching and what current recommendations from YouTube content creators are. I'm sure that search went over very well at work. And then they looked at the scientific douching literature. They only looked at studies that focused on men who have sex with men. They found that most people who bottom have tried douching. And about half of the bottoms in the study had douched in the last year. Most of them douched before sex, but some of them douched after sex. I had expected that most people would be douching to prevent accidents during sex, but actually some people said that they douched because it aroused them and made them more excited to have sex. In addition, some people who douched after sex believed that it helped prevent HIV or other sexually transmitted illnesses, or STIs. And what do men douche with? Water was the most common, but some used soapy water or salt water. Those three liquids mentioned by that study are definitely not the whole story, because we know that people love to put weird things in their butt. I talk all the time on this channel about things you should not put in your butt, and people do it anyway, so I know that there are different liquids that are going into people's butts. So there are some boring water and vinegar solutions made by Bed Bath & Beyond and CVS, whatever. I also found this website called Lovegasm, and they had the real tea. Lemon juice, yogurt, and...
the best part of waking up
is Folgers in your butt. Now that's a wake-up call. So let's bring this ship back to port and get back to the study, okay? So in terms of STI prevention, good news. There is no correlation between getting chlamydia or gonorrhea and douching. However, many household products that you might use for douching can damage the lining of your rectum and large intestine, and that can put you at risk for getting HIV. Bodily fluids can easily go through tears in the tissue in your rectum and large intestine. Now, the most interesting study that this review looked at was one where they had 9 guys go into the doctor 3 different times. On each of those visits, the guys had to douche 4 times with a different solution. 1 time distilled water, 1 time isotonic enema, and 1 time hypertonic enema, or a fleet enema. About an hour after they did all 4 enemas, they had to get a sigmoidoscopy, where the doctor basically puts a camera up your butt. What they found was the hypertonic enema, the fleet enema, caused some damage to the epithelial tissue in the large intestine. What this means is that if you're using a fleet enema to douche with before sex, you may actually be putting yourself at risk for getting HIV from your partner. But then they go even further, and they start talking about something called rectal prep. Now, I'm a doctor who's very familiar with HIV treatment, and I'm also familiar with PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is to prevent HIV. And right now, we have formulations that are pills. You have to take them every single day. But this is kind of exciting. What they're suggesting is if you have guys who are going to be douching before sex anyway, you could have them just do an enema that has PrEP in it before they have sex and prevent them from getting HIV. Now, all of these studies are in the pipeline, so we don't know if any of this actually works. The only study that we have that comes close is a study on women. However, the women were doing vaginal douching, and they were not adherent enough to the vaginal douching to say that it was effective or not. So then the big question and the big risk that we're worried about is, does douching increase your risk for HIV? And it seems that it doesn't, as long as you are using an isotonic or a hypotonic solution. In other words, water or an enema that has the same electrolyte composition as your blood, approximately. So what's the big question we need to answer overall? I think the big question is it safe to douche? And my answer is probably yes. I can't prove that because there's been no randomized control trial that's comparing men that don't douche to men who do. And that would be the only way to really prove that. But it doesn't seem like the men who douche are living less long because they douche. The one thing I would say is that if you're going to douche and you know you're going to use a condom with sex, make sure that you are not using an oil-based enema. Remember, latex condoms are water safe. They're not oil safe. And this has been the Dr. Jake take on anal douching. Did I answer your questions? If not, please leave a comment and I'll answer it in another video. Again, this video took a lot of work to put together, so if you enjoyed it, if it was educational, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and you'll be able to see more of my content. I'm Dr. Jake, and goodbye, and thank you to the unofficial and unwilling sponsor of this video, the Cleveland Browns.